Welcome everybody, this is Heroes and Brews with Nerdy Dudes. We are your friendly neighborhood Beeroes. My name is Ty, across the internet is Kev, and we are going to go into a fun little topic today. We have some speculation that Henry Cavill will be signing on to be a guest Superman during the DC universe, the movie universe currently, whatever their decisions are. Yeah, with the Snyder Cut. So Kev, let's get it rolling. What are you thinking about this?
First off, I'm stoked that this is true. I love Henry Cavill. I don't know if I've ever said it on the show before, but I'm saying it now. He's my Superman, and I want him back. But for real though, if this is true, this is awesome. It's awesome if you're a Henry Cavill fan. It's really crazy, man. I mean, with this whole announcement of the Snyder Cut, it's had this snowball effect where we hear you hear the Henry Cavill rumor. There was another rumor coming out that they might be giving Ben Affleck a Batman series, like a few-part series, and Deathstroke will appear in that since they're not doing a Ben Affleck solo Batman movie. So it's awesome if this is true. I'd said on our other episode about our favorite movie, top 3 superhero films, and Man of Steel was number 3 for me. And then I just watched it the other day, and I don't know if that had something to do with it. Maybe it sent some vibes their way, and people were just like, I think we need Henry Cavill back. Even if it's as like a cameo and it's not, a Man of Steel 2 or, Superman 2 or whatever they would call it. I would love to see that. But if we're only going to get Henry Cavill as a guest superhero in, maybe Shazam 2 or Black Adam or Aquaman 2, I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, what do you think?
See, I was about to ask you the same question that you just answered. I was going to say, what would you think, since they already cameoed and teased Superman in Shazam? What if they bring him in, maybe not in Shazam 2, but the Black Adam film? Because everyone's speculating it would be cool to have Black Adam versus Superman. What would you think of that? Dwayne Johnson versus Henry Cavill. That'd be pretty sick.
I would love it. And I don't know if anybody remembers a while back. I mean, gosh, when Black Adam, when Dwayne Johnson was announced as Black Adam, which I think was back in 2005, I remember seeing this image on his Instagram. Him and Henry Cavill were sitting down enjoying a glass of tequila.
Of course.
And I don't even know if Dwayne Johnson had his tequila at the time, whenever this picture was.
This is his new tequila has been out for, I think he's been working on it for a year. It came out the first batch in March, but besides the point.
Well, maybe they were testing it out at the time. I'm telling you, dude, I think Dwayne Johnson was probably announced as Black Adam. Oh my gosh, man, was it back maybe in 2013, 2014, something like that?
It was in the beginning of the whole DCEU announcement stage.
Yes. So it was a while back. And then on Dwayne Johnson's Instagram, him and Henry Cavill were at Dwayne Johnson's house sitting there, and the caption, from what I remember, was something, big announcements to come, all this kind of stuff. So people were speculating, oh my gosh, Superman versus Black Adam, let's do it. And then as we saw it all go downhill with just the critic ratings, the amount of money that the movies were making, even though it was a lot to us, it wasn't a lot in the eyes of Warner Brothers and what these movies they think should be doing with these, these particular names, on the headlines. Batman versus Superman, should make $1 billion, but it didn't.
It should.
So, hell yeah. I mean, I think the way Henry Cavill Superman is, and the Superman that we got in, we'll say Joss Whedon's Justice League, at the end of it, is a Superman that I think a lot of people were looking forward to seeing. More, not, a little less grim per se, even though I love Man of Steel. This was more of a Superman that sort of gave off a vibe of hope. He was a little brighter. So I think to see that Superman acting with Zachary Levi's Shazam, how awesome! Come on, man, how awesome!
It'd be pretty perfect.
I think. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Shazam, just as like idolizing Superman, and just to see them interact like sort of like a starstruck moment, I think it'd be really funny.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing is, so you're gonna have a lot of fans on both sides of the fence, right? You're gonna have the people that enjoyed the grittier side of it because it's different. No one really sees Superman, you know, as a human dealing with, these issues. Like Marcus was saying on our live stream, no one really got to see that Superman ever had this human side to him. Everyone knew him as this god, this alien that could do no wrong and just protect everyone. But with Snyder's movie, it wasn't like that. He was you saw his human side, and I like that because you can actually relate to the Man of Steel. You can relate to Superman, which never really happens. And I like that side a lot better than the Boy Scout, the hope symbol that everyone enjoys. But, there's a lot more people, especially comic book fans, that like the Hope Batman, the ones that Batman, sorry, the Hope Superman, because that's what they like. That's what they grew up reading. That's what they grew up watching in the animated series. So, I mean, as much as I would enjoy that Boy Scout, Superman, and Shazam interacting, I would rather see the grittier Superman take over here on out.
Um, and I agree with you to an extent. Obviously, I think I've kind of exhausted it, but I love the portrayal of Superman and Man of Steel, and I enjoyed the portrayal of Superman and Batman v Superman. My personal thoughts are from here on out, I feel a transition, and I feel like it almost would be kind of poetic. I mean, if this DCEU, this Zack Snyder's DCEU kind of comes back, from the grave, so to speak, it comes back. It would be nice to see the Superman, Henry Cavill Superman, transition into a different Superman. And the way, what I mean is, in those movies, it told a story. It told a story of, day one, I'm Superman. I have all these abilities. I have the power to basically defend these people on Earth. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do my best, and here we go. And then Batman v Superman is literally the repercussions of him doing his best. Earth questions, can we trust someone like this, someone with this much power? And then he dies in Batman v Superman, resurrected in Justice League. So I think it would be nice to have a transition into a Superman that is the symbol, like now Earth trusts him. They believe in him.
Mm-hmm.
They believe in him as their protector. I'm not saying you got to go full cheese ball, with it, but I think it would be nice to finally have the Superman where everybody's like, we can trust this guy. He's on our side now, and so I would like to see. I would like to see that transition going forward. Yeah.
Now, how would you feel, right? Because we have Wonder Woman 84 coming out. Well, if they continue with an Aquaman 2, Shazam 2, if they do a Wonder Woman 3 that's like current day, maybe they do a Flash movie. Would you like it if, say, his cameos ended up leading to the confrontation with Darkseid? Like they tease Superman trying to bring people together and tease Darkseid just like, they did in the Infinity Saga for Marvel. Would you be for that, or do you think that's already been done? Do something different?
As far as the interaction with Darkseid, I'm sorry, do you mean the way that Zack Snyder intended it, to where Superman snaps after...
No. So going forward, right, if he does do these cameos, and the Snyder Cut, disregard, that's just different. They're going forward with their movies, right? And they want to go the route where Superman is the puzzle piece that brings them back together as the Justice League and ends up with a confrontation with Darkseid. Do you think that would be cool?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's what every DC fans has been wanting to see in their movies. I think listen, man, you're not going to make everybody happy, and the brilliant things that Marvel's done, we all commend them, and it's fantastic. And I'm a huge Marvel fan as well as a DC fan. Obviously you'll get people who will say they're copying Marvel and all this kind of stuff, and you just kind of block that stuff out. It is what it is. Yes. So like, ultimately, we would all love to see it. I would love to see it. I would love to see this Justice League because I'm very happy with this cast. Ezra Miller's Flash, I keep going back and forth. I really feel like the writing may have, I don't know, the writing for him, he was too much of a comic relief that it almost came off goofy.
Yeah.
But I know he's a really good actor, and I'm curious to see if he continues as the Flash. I think things are going to be a lot different. Yeah, dude, oh my gosh, I would love to see a big battle with Darkseid. I mean, could you, we've seen in animated films, can you imagine Henry Cavill Superman battling Darkseid, like live action?
I would love a triple threat match like they did in Apocalypse War. You got Superman v Darkseid v Trigon, because that would be the most epic triple threat match ever in the history of live action comic book movies, in comic books, in wrestling. It would sell out instantly.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if they could figure out a way to put Trigon in there, and they wanted to introduce John Constantine and Swamp Thing, and
bring Matt Ryan to the big screen, I'm all for it. I wanted Matt Ryan to be the center of the DC universe, whether it's animated, whether it's live action, and just make different universes, but keep him the same. I don't give a shit. He is John Constantine. So just throw him in everything, and I'll be happy. That's all I care about.
If they listen, I'm never gonna say, we're thinking about doing, we're gonna bring the Justice League back together. We're gonna introduce Justice League Dark, and at some point they're gonna meet up. I'm never gonna say no to something like that.
Exactly.
Like as a fan of these characters, absolutely. Like give me what I want.
Yeah.
As long as it's done well, do it. Yeah, man, I would love to see a battle against Darkseid. There's no way that I would be, I would say there's no way I would be bummed out about it. But if you watch it and the battle just turns out to be not as epic as we all hope it is, but I find that very hard to believe.
Yeah.
If we're able to actually have this thing happen, I think it would probably be pretty incredible to see on screen for sure. So I'm stoked, man. I don't know. This all makes me very happy because it kind of got me down for a while, and I just kind of felt things just fell apart, and now it seems like they're building back up, and to what it's building back up to, we don't know yet. But I'm super excited.
I would be all for how you heard about maybe possibility for the miniseries for Ben Affleck's Batman. Even if they did like miniseries for each hero, and then did a miniseries like they did for the Defenders, on Netflix, as the Justice League. Try that out, Maybe that might work better. So I think that would be cool too. Maybe not full-scale movies, and just release them on, HBO Max. Because that's, going to be the hub of DC. They should transition DC Universe into it, but who knows how that's going to go.
I think that'll happen. Especially with seeing a new season of Doom Patrol is going to be on HBO Max.
Yeah.
And they're passing that now. I think the DC Universe is unfortunately it's not going to exist soon. I don't know.
Or be a portion of HBO Max.
Yeah, if they just if HBO Max absorbs DC Universe, which I think they should do, and maybe
that budget will expand.
Exactly. I mean, the future of cinema and the way that we view television years and years ago, man, is not like television today. Sometimes, I feel like television surpasses film right now. So if you were to, and now I don't know if this would, depending on what the budgets are, how, they would determine, I guess, traffic-wise, people like going on HBO Max. But if you were to do DC miniseries with these, with Henry Cavill and Jason Momoa and all this kind of stuff, Ben Affleck, when you were to just stick with that and that was kind of your thing. I mean, I loved being able to stream stuff from my own home. I used to go to the movies all the time. I mean, now the time where, we can't go to the movies right now, but I understand that you get that movie experience when you're there, obviously. Yeah. But if I were to be able to just kind of chill on my couch and, crack open a beer and just enjoy something from the comfort of my own home.
And not spend $5 on candy.
Yeah, I don't even eat candy, but Laura does. But yeah, man, I wouldn't mind that. I mean, that'd be sick. I just think they're just thinking, big picture. We have these titans, and it's a business, so we want to make as much money as possible. And I don't know. That'd be curious to kind of see, what would make more sense. I think that'd be a conversation for another time. I feel like I may have gone off topic with the Cavill thing, but I don't know. There's so many questions.
There is a lot of questions.
Just from the Snyder Cut thing, we don't know where this is gonna go. It's awesome.
Yeah. It's exciting. It's nerve-wracking. It's exciting. Mm-hmm. But let us know your thoughts. How do you want the future of DC to unfold in its live-action movies or even TV series? We want to know, because right now is the time to speculate. We don't know what's going to happen. I think it's all going to rely on next May when the Snyder Cut comes out. I think that's going to be the big ticket to say, where do we go from now?
I think so too. I think, yes. We'll see if it's well received or not, and we'll go from there, I guess.
Yeah. So write in those comments. Give us your thoughts. We're curious too. We'd love to hear your takes on how you want the future of the DCEU to go. Thank you for watching, and as always, well, big cheers.